Yo, my glass arms bulletproof, my bullets got glass tips. My guns are so big that they dislocate hips.
The Czarface and Ghostface Killah collaboration has the satisfactory level of a really dry and uniced cake. For long-time viewers of the channel, you may wonder why I'm reusing the opening line from the Czarface Meets Ghostface review last year. It's cause I'm equally as disappointed. 2 years ago, I listened to Every Hero Needs a Villain and decided that I'd been sleeping on them, and now I really am. The concept of running your mouth and shit-talking virtually nobody for the length of an entire album using nerdy references to comic book characters captured me once, but it's become clear that Czarface are just running out of things to say without delving into really shit punchlines. I was hoping Ghostface might carry the album with his unmatchable charisma, but Esoteric steals the show a lot of the time, and Inspector Deck is there. Generally though, this album is a warm, homely host to some of the wackest verses I've ever heard. Also, Morning Ritual has a line that describes the process of peeing with a boner so hard that it feels like you've just nut. I'm sort of just over this style of lyric writing at this point, and if there are MCs that can make it work, Czarface just aren't there, or at least not consistently enough. They have serviceable beats that roar with intensity when electric guitars smash through the instrumental like a basketball through the school art department window, but they really seem to trail on forever with verses that are written to drop half-hearted similes and Marvel references. Yes, Thanos is mentioned. Also, Morning Ritual has a line that describes the process of peeing with a boner so hard that it feels like you've just nut. The issue with both collaboration albums is how the verses are always so disconnected from one another on a track without any true chemistry weaving it all together. It's just one MC passing the mic onto another like a passive game of hot potato where the potato is cold and raw. The King Heard voices is a rare moment where I'm actually impressed by the writing and the presentation. Kendra Morris's off-tune, harmonized vocals on the hook are actually a really powerful musical tool to give the song its tense, villainous air as if something is going completely wrong. When Xenomorphs witnessed my alien flow from space and thought they had a case for cultural appropriation, that's a sick line. Black Widow feeling trapped in America cause the cops got a man capped in America? Fuck. It's a moment when the MCs actually use their references to illustrate a scenario or greater point, and this is the approach I wish that everyone would have taken to their comic book fascination, to avoid it from getting stale, but at this point it's hard to butter flavor back onto a moldy tortilla. It'd be cool to start off with the flexes to get us into the mood, but it gets old really fast. I do suppose the album improves in the final third, which is a bit late, but nevertheless in terms of actually feeling like it has a dose of urgency, even if Morning Ritual has a line that describes the process of peeing with a boner so hard that it feels like you've just nut. There was a 4-part wordplay bit from Esoteric that I really liked. Esoteric also drops a mean line about shooting the mirror for snitching on the track Morning Ritual. You know, the track that describes the process of pee. Overall, Zarghost isn't as inconsistent as Zardoom, but it's certainly more boring. I'm aware the billing for this album features a long-standing hip-hop legend, but when a 4 out of 10 arrives, I must pay it its dues.